How to use Airfocus. Hey everyone and welcome. I hope you're all doing great. In this video, I'll be talking about the platform Airfocus. I will show you how to get started, what you can use it for, and how to effectively work on Airfocus for your product management. And I'm just going to show you basically how to get started and set things up for yourself. So basically, Airfocus. Sorry about that. Airfocus, as I was saying, is a platform that is going to provide you with many different tools that are going to help you with product management. As you can see here, a platform built for the new way of doing product management. They're going to provide you with many different tools. You can just go to airfocus.com, scroll down a little bit, and you can find plenty of things that you can actually do, like timelines, roadmaps, and just there's plenty. I'm just going to show you exactly how to get started though. So just again go to airfocus.com, and before we just click on try for free, which is going to be a 14-day free trial because it is a priced platform, and I will show you exactly the pricing for it. If we just click on pricing, we can see we have the advanced plan, we have the pro plan, and then we have the enterprise plan. Now for the advanced is going to be $83. If you want to pay annually, it's just going to be $69 per month. Obviously, that's going to be yearly, not yearly, but you would want to obviously times 12 to make that work. And then you can see the pro plan and enterprise plan are going to be custom. You will need to contact one of their team members to get a quota and know exactly which one is right for you. So mostly you would want to just check out these highlights and see which one actually suits you and your business best and go for it. But for the time being, we can actually just go ahead and try for free, which is just going to give us an idea before we, commit to subscribing to it. So we can just go ahead, try for free. Go to airfocus.com and click on try for free. Here you would want to enter some of your information. It's very simple signing up process. I'm not going to bore you with it. The only thing here is going to be the team name. You would want to just give it a name. It's just going to give you this sort of domain. But you would want to just give a general team name that is related to you and your company. Okay, so next step is going to be entering the company name and a phone number. So you would want to just do this real quick. It's just a part of the signing up process. Again, I will just do it and move on to the next step. Next up, tell us about your team. Which of these best describes your role? Product management, product operations. Obviously, you just want to select the thing that is going to be proper for you. So product management, and then here, which best describes your level. I'm just going to do founder. How big is your company? 1 to 50, and then how does your company currently manage the PM process, which is the project management process. We can just do Jira, for example. How did you hear about us? Word of mouth, if this even is in here. Personal recommendation, and then continue. And you should be good to go now. We just need to set up a few things here, like workspaces. So here you'd want to select the workspaces that you want to create, or you can just go ahead and skip and do it later on. It doesn't really matter for the time being. Build and share roadmaps for the time being, just so we can, skip this step, and then click on create workspaces. And now, as you can see, we have the workspace that we have just created, and it's going to give us some sample stuff here just for us to play around with, test things out, and just, be able to see things for ourselves with these test samples here. So here we have initiatives, which usually are going to be something that you create, obviously, and it's going to obviously help you out in some way. Exactly how is going to depend on you and your team members. But if you want to add team members, obviously you would want to go to the top, on the top right, and just click on add member. Click on here and just add their email addresses. And this is how to add their your team members and give them a proper access. So whether it's going to be no access, where they have absolutely no access, but you would want to add obviously from up top. So read only, which allows them to only spectate, comments, write, or full access, which is going to also just allow them to do more stuff like integrations, create workspaces, delete workspaces, and so on. Or just write, where they'll be able to write some stuff. So just feel free to add your team members here. Here you have the workspaces on the left side. Here you can have multiple workspaces, depends on exactly what you want to create them for. And you can also manage the pre-existing ones. For example, this one, outcome-based roadmap, we can just click on that, go to settings. And here we can just change the name. We can change the item type, which is initiative for the time being, but we can actually change it to be product, project, future, epic, idea, task, story, and so on. So we can just move it to task for the time being, and then we can change the initiative color to be red. Click on update, and these changes should change for this workspace. Now, if you actually want to create your very own workspace, which is a completely different one from the one that we have already, click on the plus icon next to it, click on new workspace, and now we can just go ahead and use one of those templates that are provided for us. So here, we can filter through them, depends on what we want it for. So whether it's going to be technology, business, product, releases, and so on. So if you're going to be doing for releases, we can do product timeline, which is going to be very helpful for us. The here is going to show us some sort of sample. We can just click on use template. And now we have our new workspace. Like we did before, if you want to edit things out, just click on it, go to settings, and do the same thing. Now, regardless whether it's going to be this one or this one, it doesn't really matter. Obviously, it's going to look different because this is timeline and this is just, normal roadmap. But here you can also have different views, backlog, priority charts, and so on. But regardless on where you are working on, which workspace and how it looks, regardless, we can actually just go ahead and click on add item here. For us, and this workspace is going to be add tasks. So we can just go ahead and click on add task. And this is going to allow us to create a new task. So we can just go ahead and give it a name, test, task. And then here we can just select the stage. So whether it's going to be next, now, or done. And you can also manage these fields to name them something different. But for the time being, I'm just going to leave it as next. And here you can assign a person to it. Give it a description, which is going to describe exactly what you want, whether it's going to be task or whatever it may be. I'm not going to go through each one. And then here we can see some of the fields for theme, timeline, labels, outcome, impact, and effort. You will need to set these up accordingly. Again, I'm not going to go through them. Some of them could be like you would need to speak with your team members beforehand. For example, labels. You want to speak with your team members beforehand to know exactly how you want to use these labels. Some people just use it in a different, unique way. Impact is obviously self-explanatory, whether it's going to be small, medium, and so on. Effort, you can just also add some sort of value when it comes to effort. So you can just go ahead and go 9 all out, basically. And just click on update, and it's going to be updated. For example, labels, let me just choose some random stuff. Timeline, just choose 2 periods and it's going to work for you. And I'm just going to leave it as it is, actually, just medium. And click on add task, and this should be added. Now, the thing is, when you actually add a task, you can always view it. And you can always just, if we just go to next, here you can see next, and then we have the test task. If you click on it, you can see all the details that you need to know about it. So we have all of those things. Now we also have, obviously, before we move on, you can move them around. So for example, now it's in next, now it's in the now bucket, and if it's completely done, you can just move it to done, and you can just go ahead, upload attachments or whatever you want to it. Now here we have also the extensions. Here you can also manage integrations, and there's plenty of integrations like Jira, Trello, Asana, and more platforms that you can actually very well, have, useful integrations pretty much. Here you have some of the apps that are available, and this is why you don't really have cats in the recording room, but for the time being, I will leave the cat here. So you can just go ahead, manage your workspaces. You can also create groups, which is going to be helpful in categorizing certain aspects. You can create portals, which is also great, so you can just go ahead and fill those in. And basically, I believe for the time being, this is how you would want to manage your Airfocus. You can also add milestones in the timeline. Each template will have some different elements to it, but at the end of the day, it's going to be pretty much the same. So just test things out for yourself within the free trial. Add item here, for example, in the timeline is going to be a little bit different, like I said, but it's going to be almost the same. With that being said, I hope that you have found this video to be helpful for beginners, and this is all I have for you today, and thanks for watching.